just arrived to my location. I'm here at an industrial area here in San Diego, and we're gonna do a brand story video. We're gonna do like 2 interviews, B-roll, all that good stuff. Talking about some of they do like some sort of tech vision eye thing. Not exactly sure what is it that they do exactly. I'm gonna find out right now. This isn't my job. This is a production company's job based out of Texas. So they asked me to film it for them. So got little to no information for this shoots besides what they want shot. So as far as like the background of the company, not exactly sure. So just arrived. I'm gonna let them know that I'm here. I'm gonna unload the car and gonna snack a little bit on. Got a little beef stick, sipping on a Monster. I had a protein shake on the way here. It took me about 30 to 40 minutes to drive from home to here, so didn't really have time to make breakfast. It was a rushed morning. Got up to attend the baby, and I was able to squeeze in an edit, send it to a client, and then got showered, got dressed, and then rushed over here. So we're good to go. So skip breakfast, got a protein shake with some creatine in there. By the way, for my fellow videographers out there, what is it that you guys are doing to keep your health in check? Like I said, I like to hit the gym. What I usually do is I hit the gym at least 4 to 5 times a week. Definitely crank out 25 to 30 minutes of cardio, whether it's the Stairmaster or it's the incline treadmill. And then I also hit the weights as well. I think it's very important to get your health right, especially in this field of work where you're carrying a lot of bags, carrying a lot of cases, lugging around a lot of equipment, heavy rigs. So I think it's very important to make sure your health is dialed in. Plus, like I mentioned, I have a daughter, so I want to make sure I am fit to be able to play around with her in the next 10-15 years. So I'm curious to know what it is that you guys are doing. Are you guys playing a sport? Are you guys lifting the weights, doing some cardio? In this industry, it's vital to make sure you are dialed in with your health. All right, gotta go unload and check in with my point of contact. One thing that's worked as well, and I'm not sure if you said this already, kind of like how you get started, people like to hear a problem and then you were the solution or so. Yeah. It's like during my years of learning this specific niche of work, I noticed there was a need for this, and this, so I thought, hey, let's create this solution for them, which is, boom, this company.
We were constantly battling.
And as you could briefly hear, the client is actually prepping his wording for this interview. So as I'm setting up, I pretty much realized that they had zero preparation on their end. So that is something that's very frustrating for me, because going to a shoot without any sort of preparation, specifically for people that are going to be in front of the camera, it is just going to be a long day. And this interview, which should have been probably like 5 to 7 minutes, let's call it 10 minutes tops, dude, it ended up being like 30-35 minutes because they were stumbling. They didn't know what to say. They had just bullet points of what they wanted to say. So this is the kind of stuff that I like to talk to the clients prior to the shoot, which is obviously pre-production. Since you guys are videographers, you guys know what I'm talking about, to discuss this and figure out what we want to say, what we want to convey to the actual video. And this is not a knock on the actual client themselves. They don't know the process of the filmmaking space. So it's up to whoever they're going to work with, whatever media company, agency, filmmaker, videographer, etc. It's their job to prep them, because these guys have never been in front of the camera, clearly. And I always warn them, like, once that lens stares at you, doesn't matter if you know what the heck you're talking about, because it's your industry, so you should know what to say. But saying it in front of the camera is a completely different ball game compared to saying it at a conference, saying it with an audience. Just saying it with the camera, saying it in front of the camera is just a different ball game. And as predicted, these individuals were just struggling to get their wording right. And I know I'm on rant mode right now, but like, again, I am not knocking these individuals. It is not their job. It is our job to prep them as much as we can to walk them through scenarios that could potentially happen, so we are prepared and we know how to pivot and adjust. But anyways, I hope you guys learned that pre-production is pretty much everything. It'll save you and it will save them a ton of freaking time. But besides that, I think the images came out pretty damn great in my opinion as far as the interview and the B-roll. Luckily for me, this room had tinted windows, so it definitely helped out a lot. As far as gear goes, A camera is the Sony FX6 on a 55mm. B camera is the Sony a7S III on an 85mm on a variable ND. Audio-wise, we're using the Sony shotgun mic. Key light is the Amaran 300C on a Lantern 30, and the fill light is a 200X. And of course, everything was filmed in S-Log 3. All done. Time to pack, do a little bit of drone, and done for the day.